I'd like to call the June 18th, 2026 Planning Commission meeting to order. Welcome, everyone who may be joining us this evening. Did everyone receive their packets in time for tonight's
Yes.
meeting?
Yes.
Thank you. Our first item on the agenda is to approval of our draft meeting minutes from April 16th, 2026. Were there any corrections or additions to those minutes?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The next thing on our agenda is the updates to the Virginia Code, sections 15.2-2247 and 15.2-2290 regarding manufactured homes, the potential ordinance revisions. Ms. Hall, would you like to fill us in?
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. This evening for discussion, we're here to look at the proposed amendments to the applicable articles of the Lancaster County Land Development Code regarding manufactured homes. In response to affordable, attainable housing issues within the state, the General Assembly made changes to 2 Virginia Code sections regarding manufactured homes during their 2026 session. These changes were signed into law March 31st, 2026, and take effect July 1st, 2026. Those are code sections 15.2-2247 and 15.2-2290, which establish the framework by which a locality can regulate manufactured home construction and the location within its jurisdiction. As summarized in the bill, SB 346 amends existing provisions that require localities to permit manufactured homes in areas zoned for agriculture by expanding such requirement to all zoning districts where site-built housing is allowed with certain conditions. The bill provides that localities shall not adopt or enforce any zoning, land use, or development regulation that treats manufactured homes differently or more restrictively than a single-family site-built dwelling allowed in the same zoning district. This specifically affects our zoning code. With the waterfront overlay, we are no longer allowed to restrict manufactured homes from being placed in the waterfront overlay district. The bill also removes the authority of localities without a zoning ordinance to designate the areas within the locality in which manufactured homes may be located. This issue was brought to the board at the April 16th, 2026 meeting for discussion. Questions were posed by the board and staff, and the board directed staff to continue research on the matter, as well as to consult with the county attorney if necessary. After doing so, staff determined changes to the Lancaster County Land Development Code will be necessary to comply with the Virginia Code and has provided potential changes to the applicable articles for discussion. Audrey Pruitt could not be with us tonight, but she did some extensive research and prepared these changes for you that were included in your packet. We've also included the Virginia Code changes for your review. This discussion is envisioned as a work session to present information regarding the possible changes. At the end of this discussion, if you deem appropriate, we can vote to send it to public hearing at our next meeting where we will be reviewing new items for public hearing. That will not be the August meeting, it will be the September meeting because we will be having that joint meeting in August, and we'll go into detail on that in a little bit. Just quickly, I'd like to review some questions that we had the county attorney weigh in on. One question was, can a manufactured home be used as a guest house? Currently, yes, according to the new code, a manufactured home is to be viewed and treated the same as site-built dwellings. And in the opinion of the county attorney, Jim Cornwell, it can be used as a guest house in the same manner a site-built guest house is allowed by right under the county's zoning ordinance, so long as it meets the criteria established in the new code. The next question was, can a manufactured home be used by right for a non-dwelling use or other accessory structure on a residential property such as an art studio, cat rescue haven, storage shed, or home occupation? And the answer is no. The by right use of manufactured homes is for a residential dwelling only and must be able to obtain a certificate of occupancy. The county zoning regulations already prohibits the use of a manufactured home as anything other than a residential dwelling, so we do not need to change that. Because the county currently does not regulate the number of guest homes on a property, can the number of manufactured homes on a property be regulated? Currently, yes. In the opinion of the county attorney, it can be controlled through other manufactured home park definition. Currently, 2 or more manufactured homes dwellings on one parcel is considered a manufactured home park. Manufactured home parks are still only allowed in A2 with a special exception. We have some other changes coming at a later date to additional dwelling unit definitions and the state code. We're not going to address those at this time. They're so far in the future. Those changes would go into effect in 2027. And so we're going to have to go through another General Assembly before then, and it'll likely change or potentially change. So at this time, we're going to change what we must. And those changes have been identified for you here. Why are there updates to the manufactured home definition? And that is in light of these changes to the state code. So in your packet, you'll see changes to definitions, dwelling, manufactured home. We're just making these changes to comply with the state definitions. In the manufactured home park or subdivision definitions, you'll see similar language changes there. On the next sheet, it was page 14 of your packet. In A1, we're deleting some information after individual manufactured homes in A1 and adding home dwellings. So to comply with the state code, we can no longer state on a permanent foundation. Based on the building code, there are other ways for a manufactured home to be placed permanently now. It used to be that it was only a masonry permanent foundation. That is no longer the case, so we're complying with that. Again, that change was made in A2. And then in R1, the individual manufactured homes definition is more detailed, and so we are changing that as well to comply. Then in R4, we had to add the individual manufactured home as a use. That was not permitted before. And then in R3, you'll see that added as well. And then again, the waterfront overlay, the individual manufactured home definition has been added. And then to the rural overlay district as well. So those are all of the changes that we have for you. Does anyone have any questions or concerns they would like to go over?
Pretty straightforward.
Yes, ma'am. And we are doing simply what is required of us based on the guidance of the county attorney. And we have other information from APA. They've produced a packet for planners on key bills. And Sands Anderson has produced some information from VACO as well. And all of that is in conformance with what you have presented for you today.
Any comments or discussion? No.
Does this come back to this group for public hearing?
Yes, and I'm asking the Planning Commission to hold the public hearing in September, which would be the next available date for that public hearing, if they are so moved. So we need a motion for that.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion?
I guess I can try it. Make a motion that the updates with Virginia Code Section 15.2-2247 and 15.2-2290 regarding manufactured homes come before this board for a public hearing in our next meeting in September of 2026.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Okay, the next item on the agenda are board reports. Mr. Sorensen?
We had 3 hearings this month, and they were all yard setback variances, and all 3 were passed. And nothing coming up that I'm aware of.
Okay. Thank you. Under new business, the first item is our meeting schedule for the coming year.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Yes, you had previously voted not to meet in July, and we can stick to that schedule. You typically don't meet in either June or July. And then under the advisement of the county attorney, Mr. Jim Cornwell, we will hold a joint meeting in August with the Board of Supervisors. in order to hold a public hearing on the R2 legacy zoning change. That had come before you previously. Since that, we took it to the board, and Mr. Cornwell advised that we need to hold a public hearing. The joint meeting will start at 7 PM on August 27th. If that is going to change, for instance, if we need you all to be here earlier, I will let you know as soon as I have that information. For now, Don is saying 7 PM. We will not hold our regularly scheduled planning commission meeting the week prior. We will need to have a quorum present to vote on that public hearing at the August 27th meeting. This is the easiest and most cost-effective way to handle this necessary public hearing, as the change in zoning will require APO notifications, which will be sent one time instead of two through holding a joint public hearing with the Board of Supervisors, which honestly saves taxpayer dollars as well. So that's why we're doing it that way. And that is our schedule for the foreseeable future. And then, of course, we typically don't meet in, I think, December. Any questions?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you. So the next item under new business is election of officers. So I know that we start off with our secretary, right? And I'll be happy to nominate Crystal. She does such an amazing job.
Okay, Ty has stated that he is willing to be nominated should you wish to nominate him, and that he would be happy to serve, but we'll leave that up to the pleasure of the board.
Okay. Do we just take one at a time, or do we want to?
You can pass the slate if,
Oh, okay.
if you know that this is the slate you want. The memo just shows who's already serving in the roles, so you need to decide on which, if you want to make any changes, essentially.
Okay. Are there any nominations from the board?
I think everything's stayed the same. I think you guys are doing a good job.
Yes.
Okay. I'm willing to continue, so would someone like to make a motion to keep the slate the same?
I move that we keep the slate of officers for the planning commission as is.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Ms. Hall, do we have anything else on the agenda for this evening?
No, ma'am.
Okay, great. Well, that being said, that's call an end to this planning commission meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
We are
everyone.
adjourned.